Hey, what's up? Welcome back. In this video, we're going to be talking about how to define your target audience on Facebook coming up. So if we're meeting for the first time, what's up? My name's Chris Abbott, but all my friends just call me Abbo. I've helped thousands of people define their audience and figure out how to use Facebook ads. And in this video, we're going to be talking about how to identify and reach your target audience on Facebook. So let's dive in. All right, point number one, figure out who you're trying to reach. So you want to actually get laser specific on exactly who your target demographic is. And one of the best ways to do this is actually to give them a name and actually write out an actual person. So for example, you might say, okay, we're trying to reach 35-year-old Jennifer. She has 3 kids and she's married. Her and her husband have been married for 5 years. And with COVID and everything that's been going on, she's actually thrust into a new role at home and she's actually homeschooling her kids for the first time, right? Which for anyone that's had to go through that could be some crazy stuff and a huge adjustment. Okay, so now that we know that we're writing to Jennifer, who's 35, she's married, she's homeschooling her kids for the first time, we're in the middle of this global pandemic, and so maybe she's wrestling with trying to find her purpose, right? She's trying to figure out her calling and kind of discover her purpose and what she can do, because chances are, if she's homeschooling kids, it might feel like some days she goes an entire day without having a single adult conversation. Now, let's figure out what is it that's keeping Jennifer up at night. Right? So obviously with COVID going on, homeschooling kids, she might be wondering, man, are my kids falling behind in school because I'm now their teacher and I'm having to figure this thing out, right? Are my kids doing okay? Man, are they like some of their emotional outbursts and the breakdowns they're having? Like, man, is that normal? Am I screwing up my kids? Right? And a lot of this she might be doing at home alone because her husband is probably working more, right? Maybe he's had to travel a lot lately, or maybe he's working from home, which is a totally different dynamic, right? Where she's trying to homeschool the kids, he's trying to work from a home office, and everything is remote and kind of navigate the new normal of everything that's going on. That could create some really unique problems and intense tension at home. So what's keeping Jennifer up at night? What is she struggling with, right? Is she worried about her marriage? Is she worried about, maybe she can't remember the last time she went on a date night, or maybe she's identified that there's some distance between her and her husband, but she's not exactly sure why, right? So what are the actual things that are keeping Jennifer up at night? All right, number 2, speak to one person about one thing. Right, so now that we've figured out exactly who the demographic is, right, we've given her a name, now that we know we're writing to Jennifer, we know what's keeping her up at night. When we talk to Jennifer and we write our ad copy, or we write any of our landing page copy, or a webinar, or anything like that, we want to basically hone in on one thing, and that's the only thing we're going to talk to her about in our copy, right? So it might be about her finding her purpose, or it might be about her parenting, or it might be about her marriage, but whatever it is, we want to hone in on that one thing, and that's the only thing we're going to talk about. All right, number 3, the magic sauce is actually in the words you write, not in the ad targeting itself. So here's what I mean by that, right? A lot of people go in and they think the magic is in all of the targeting that you can do, right? And Facebook's targeting is crazy. It's so robust. There's so many different things, right? You could just run Facebook ads to 33-year-old dog owners who hate cats, but love the White Sox and hate the Yankees and only drink Coca-Cola and despise Pepsi, and the list goes on, right? It's like, it's literally crazy. So while the targeting is important, the most important part, the magic, is actually in the words that you write. So you want people to feel like, oh my gosh, they're in my head, right? So when we start talking to Jennifer, we say, hey, are you laying awake in bed at night, like worried about homeschooling and, trying to figure out your purpose, right? Like maybe you go all day long only talking to kids and you can't remember the last time you had a date night with your spouse or an adult conversation with another grown-up, right? If that's you and you're trying to figure out your purpose in the middle of all this craziness, man, then we've got a brand new sermon series for you. Right? Like, so something like that is going to be able to, and you want Jennifer to feel like, oh my gosh, yes, they're in my head. Yes, that's what's keeping me up at night. Like, yes, I am homeschooling. Like, yes, I can't remember the last time I had a date night. Okay, so you want to feel like, oh my gosh, they're in my head right now. That's exactly when we write the copy, when we're writing everything, we want them to feel like we are in their head. All right, so before I get to my last 2 points, man, hit that subscribe button. We've got brand new videos, fresh content helping you reach more people and use social media and technology to grow your church. So make sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a video. All right, number 4, hook, interest, action. Now, this is a perfect little 3-part framework for how to create ad copy that's going to connect emotionally with people. It's going to draw them in, and then we're going to be able to move them to some type of an action, right? So let's break it down. A hook is pretty self-explanatory. We want to use some type of a hook, some way to kind of grab people and to get them to pay attention, right? Then we're going to dive into interest. We want to pique their interest by either telling a story or using some copy like we talked about with Jennifer, right? Like, hey, are you laying awake in bed at night worried about your marriage, right? You can't remember the last time time you had a date night. Maybe you're worried you're going to be screwing up your kids. We're piquing their interest, right, by using ad copy that's going to connect with them. And then the last part, action, we want to have some type of a call to action. Right? So in the church world, we might say like, hey, if that sounds like you, we've got a brand new marriage series that we're starting this Sunday, right? Click on the link below and plan your visit. Over the next 4 weeks, we're going to be talking about how you could literally hit the reset button in your marriage. And we're going to identify some simple areas that you can work on that'll make it feel like you have a brand new marriage. So click on the link below and plan your visit for this Sunday, right? So hook, interest, action. Use a hook to bring them in. Pique their interest using ad copy that's going to connect with them emotionally, and then move them to a call to action. And then have a single call to action that moves them to take the next step. And finally, number 5, don't talk about the features, talk about the benefits. Now, you'll hear this sometimes in marketing circles, right? But nobody can actually tell you what the heck does that actually mean, right? Well, here is a simple definition. Features are about you, benefits are about them. So you don't want to talk about you. You don't want to talk about your church or how long you've been there or all the great things that you have. You want to talk about them, right? So you want to basically put them in the middle of the story so that they are Luke Skywalker, and then you want to position yourself as the guide. So they're the hero of the story. They're Luke Skywalker, and you are Yoda. You're the guide to help them along their journey in life. Right? So if it's a brand new marriage series, you're not talking about how much research you've done on the marriage series or all the different parts of the marriage series. You're talking to Jennifer about her problem and the answers that you're going to solve in the marriage series, and you're positioning yourself as Yoda. Come on out to church. We're going to show you how to have a brand new marriage, right? That's the guide talking to the hero and pulling them into the center of the story. All right, so if you like this video and you want to learn more about how to use social media and technology to grow your church, then we actually have a free gift for you. Just go over to churchgrowthagency.com. You can check out the free training video that we have that'll take a little bit deeper dive into how to use Facebook to reach more people and grow your church. We'll see you soon.